All right, what's up, YouTube? Today I wanted to give y'all sort of my first impressions. What I think about these boots so far. I've had them for about a month, and when I was looking to buy these, I really couldn't find too much, um, you know, uh, reviews on them outside of the promotional um, videos that Danner actually has. So, all right, let's first. I want to start off and tell y'all that I had to choose between two pairs of boots, um, and I had to choose between these Danner Mountain Light twos, and the Salomon Quest GTX. With the Gore-Tex. I mean, they're like the top of the line Salomon boot. And I actually heard about the Salomon boot because I read Mark Owen's The No Easy Day, and they talked about that boot in that book, and I was like, oh, I really love that book, and so I was like, I gotta get those boots. But I stumbled upon these Danners when I was trying to, when I was looking at the boots, and I love the look of them. To me, these boots, I think they're beautiful. First off, they're a pair of boots you can wear with some jeans. I wouldn't say I'm like the most stylish guy, but I do got some style, and I really wouldn't go out wearing the Salomons that I was looking at with a pair of jeans, or shorts. But these look good with shorts. These look good with jeans, and with shorts, you have a pair of wool socks and you kind of stack them. I mean, they really look, exceptional. And you can see right here. So I've been using these for about a month, and they still look pretty damn good. And I'll explain why in a minute. First, I want to tell you, what was the deal breaker between the Danner Mountain Light 2s and the Salomons. And the deal breaker was the fact that these Danners are handcrafted in the United States, in Portland, Oregon. And it says it on the boot right there, as you can see. And yeah, you can see that. So, these are handmade in Portland, Oregon. And I'll just give you kind of a close-up of this boot right here, so you can kind of, oh crap. Sorry about that. I'm not going to edit that out. So you can kind of see right there, I have some dog poo on it. And you can see in there the one piece. So I'll explain this in a little bit why I like that. And then in here, it's got this little insert that they give you with it. It's kind of comfortable. It's not the most comfortable. I definitely am thinking about getting some insoles on these boots. So yeah. Alright, so let me refocus this. Alright, I'm using my iPhone, so this isn't going to be professional in any way. Alright, so yeah, so I love that they're made in the USA, Portland, Oregon. That's so freaking awesome. I'm totally about things that are made in the United States. I just totally geek out on that stuff. And that was the deal breaker because the Salomons were actually made in China. And I spent a day where I was wearing both of them, not out, but around the house. Just kind of testing them out on my feet. And I was like, man, this is a hard decision. I loved how the Danners looked. But the Salomons, they had a lot of cool, new features and stuff like that, like the locking, the locks on the lace lock. They have a lace lock on them, which was cool because sometimes these will kind of come a little bit loose every once in a while. But that fixed it when I got new laces. But then I looked in the boot and then it said made in China, and I was like, I'm gonna definitely have to go with the Danners, since these are made in the USA and the other ones aren't. So okay, so the second thing, another thing I like about them is the one piece design. This is all, the whole bottom part right here. It's got the Gore-Tex lining, and it's all, this is one piece This is crap. This is one piece of leather, you know, right there, up to right there. So you're gonna have waterproofing, you know, up to where this little seam is right there. You know, then the water start probably pouring in. But you know, I really like that about the boot. And the fact that it folds over right there like that, it provides a little bit of a cushion between when you're tying the laces real tight. So I also, you know, that also is really nice to have. I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep trying to talk a little bit faster so this doesn't drag on. So yeah, and one thing to note, if you decide that you want to go with a pair, if you want to go with a pair of Danners or any boot, for that fact, is that when you initially wear the boot, you got to make sure that this tongue is straight and positioned, because if not, then you'll start to, every time you wear it, it'll start to go like that. And even this one, I was kind of neglecting it a little bit, and it's kind of started to turn. So you got to make sure every time you lace it up, you get the correct placement on how it's comfortable on your foot and facing forward. What's going to look kind of weird. And so yeah, and so to add, there's a lot of good things about these boots. I love these freaking boots. Okay, so I have a lot of pros. Another thing that's great about these boots is the fact that once you wear these out, the bottom of these shoes, or the shoe in general, this shoe can pretty much be recrafted to look, almost brand new. And to me, that I love that, because what that means is that once you get a good pair of shoes, everybody's had that, you had that one pair of boots and you've never had a pair of boots that fit like that, and this is going to be that one pair of boots. So in that sense, so yeah, you pay. So what happens is you wear them for like 4 or 5 years, you beat the hell out of them, and then you pay. It costs they have different packages you can buy, and you send them in. Like, I think the most expensive package is $150 to $200. But when you send it in, they redo everything. I mean, they change the bottoms, and they recondition the leather and really bring the boot back to life. And if you go on Danner's their YouTube page, you can see the videos of their recrafting, and it's just amazing. And I really love that. So there was one thing that I didn't like about there was one thing that I didn't really like about these boots, and that was the fact that they came with the green laces. And I didn't really like the thin laces on these boots. So what I did was I went ahead and purchased an aftermarket pair of laces, and these aftermarket laces, I really love these aftermarket laces, because they've really made this boot so much better. For a boot like this, I don't like a thin lace. I don't know. I can't explain it. The fat laces are just so much more. They seem so much more practical for the boot, and they look so much nicer. So if you look at the one, I don't know if they're marketing this other, the Mountain Light, I think it's Cascade or something like that. The girl, Cheryl Strayed from the book Wild, the movie Wild. She wears these. Reese Witherspoon wears these in the Cascade version, which is a light brown, and they have red laces, and I love that look. So I kind of wanted to sort of recreate that look, but I want to get a pair of green laces to go with these. And these laces right here, I'm telling you, if you get an aftermarket pair of laces, definitely go with these laces. And you can get these on Amazon, and they're called Derby laces. They're really high quality laces. They're waxed. They're originally made for ice skates. And the end of this right here, if you get any damage on it, all you got to do is hit it with a little bit of flame, and you can kind of reshape it back into something that'll go through the holes, or that doesn't really matter on these, but I mean, kind of does. So, but I really like that feature because I hate when the plastic breaks and then you're fraying up here, and that's really annoying to me. So yeah, so these aren't your run of the mill Walmart or sports store shoelaces. They're really top notch, and they're made in Canada. And personally I like that. Like I said before, I don't like things that are. I really try to avoid things that are made in China, and these are made in Canada, so I like that. So I've another thing, people talking about the the heaviness of the boot, and these boots do have a little bit of heft to them. I'm not gonna lie. They're pretty much an old school boot, and they're not using all these like space age materials that they use in the Salomons and the other kinds of boots that you find out there, Merle. So they do have a little bit of extra weight, but in my opinion, I will take that little bit of extra weight for the sheer quality of the boot, because in my opinion, these boots you could probably I don't know, go watch the movie Wild. The girl walked like however many miles, 1,000 miles that she walked in these Danner boots, and they held up pretty well. And for that, these boots are great. And so I have used them. I've had them for about like a month, almost a month now. And we had a recent snowfall here, and I used them in the snow. And I hit them after I used them in the snow. I cleaned them off, and I put some of this heavy duty LP Obernoffs on the boot, and I really like it. Oh, it's kind of came out with a matte finish, more of a matte look to it. But you can for sure shine them up. If you got a boot brush, you can make them all shiny and glossy. But I like the matte look. I think it looks real nice, and the boot feels real protected, and the leather feels really like it's gonna help the longevity of the leather on this boot. So yeah, but if you're looking for a good quality, a really nice pair of hiking boots that are gonna last you for a really long time, not no disposable, not disposable boot, that has a in life in it. There's an end to the boot. There's no end to this boot. You can wear this boot until you can wear it until you get holes in the leather, pretty much. So in that sense, I really like this boot. So I guess that's it for this. So go ahead and pick yourself up a pair of these. I really recommend it. And if you like the video, go ahead and like it. And I'm going to start trying to get some more reviews up here soon. So, yep.